Hello everyone and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. We're going to continue where we left off last time, so welcome aboard. Let's jump right in and see what the narrator has in store for us today. And the choice from the last video was, drumroll please. That's right, the red door.
Properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Just kidding, the blue door.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a... Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Nah, I think that's the same numbers it had last time. It'd been funny though, if it was at least my statistics of the game.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Minecraft.
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here, no, here, and then. Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete.
It's terrible.
I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Oh, this is great.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Nope.
Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Oh. Heard a zombie. Ah, yes. Portal.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Let's find out indeed. I wonder if I can do the glitch. So the glitch can be done legitimately if you stack enough in front of the door and then position the cube perfectly so that when you step on the button, the cube falls through. That was actually a thing in the real game too.
It's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
But I don't want to spend however long that would take to do, because it never goes quick like you would hope.
Genius.
So I'm just going to use a key binding to remove the door, which I know it's cheating, but I'm trying to let you see some of the commentary that most people never even knew was in the game. And some of the things, like the baby game, to legitimately do would take hours.
Now, how did you manage that? Are you really trapped in here? I'm actually quite impressed. I don't think there's a simpler puzzle out there, and you've still broken it. Well, since I don't intend to open that door, I guess you and this giant button just need to get cozy together. A dream for you, I'm sure. Enjoy.
I have done this legitimately before, but it takes so many tries. And this you don't normally see in here at all. I just thought it'd be funny. I spawned the companion cube in with a console command, but I cut that part out because it took me a little bit to figure out how to do it. It's been a while.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made. The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work, and I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after.
Ah, I wish the flashlight command was working. Maybe we can add another one. Okay, we'll try this one. There we go. Oh yeah, it's a cliff. I enabled the flashlight, but for some reason, it didn't want to work, so we'll do the permanent flashlight. Wow, this area is weird. Alpha test, beta test. This might legitimately be what the game looked like at one point. Oh, we still got this? Take it with us. Are we dead? Aha! Here you go. I haven't actually played this, but from what I've seen, this is originally what the game looked like as the Half-Life mod. After this series, I'm thinking I'll play the original The Stanley Parable Half-Life 2 mod, so be sure to subscribe so you'll know when it comes out. It's just really dark. It's possible my brightness is turned down. I wonder if that's the monitor room back then. Whoops, that's not the button I meant to push. Oh, these aren't real doors.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I'm pretty sure that was all the endings, so time to explore. So on the first ending, where the giant door opens and we walk out into the nice nature field, I made the comment I wanted to explore that, so let's do that now. I'll use some console commands to get there and not trigger the ending. Let's take a look out here.
Blackness. And he had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command.
So the ideal command would be no clip, but you can't do SV cheats, or it takes you to an ending I'll show you later. So we're just going to have to use the teleport command and hope we get lucky.
Reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Whoa.
Where had his co-workers gone?
That's not where I meant to go.
How had he been freed from the
Well, we're kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere.
machine's grasp?
Maybe I'm a bird.
What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I'm so stuck. And we fell through the floor. Okay, we got so stuck we can't get out of it. So, in the meantime, let's show you the secret cheater ending.
Stanley, this is me being serious. In fact, this is my serious room. It's where I come to be serious. That table is the most serious table I could find. I looked at many, many tables, hundreds of tables. It's possible I looked at over 1,000 tables. I honestly don't know. The specific number isn't as important as the understanding that of all tables I looked at, this one is the most serious. I relate this story to impress upon you the extent to which this is the most serious room I have, which is why I brought you here. You just tried to activate server cheats, which of course runs the risk of breaking the entire game. You've got no respect for the strict order of scripted narrative events, and I just can't have that. It's time to get serious, Stanley. No jokes, no games. Outside of this room, I might be more tolerant of those things, but now we're in the room. Which is why I'm subjecting you to the most serious punishment I can think of. 100 billion trillion years standing here in the serious room. Perhaps after that, we can talk about the severity of your actions and whether you've learned anything. But until then, serious room, go.
I learned nothing. Let's try it again.
Whoa, did we not have the talk? Are we not in the serious room this very moment?
There's another.
Did I not tell you how many tables I looked through? I'm going to be conservative and say it was somewhere in the tens of thousands of tables. Any reasonable person would say I spent an absurd amount of time doing nothing but looking at tables, and I genuinely considered each one too. I took a hell of a lot of notes. I kept the notes in a different room. That room is less serious than this one. It's more of a notes room. Again, the point of this story is to convey how serious I feel this cheating issue is. And I'm sure you'll agree with me once you've fulfilled your new punishment. Infinity years in the serious room. I generally have trouble reading human emotions, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you're devastated by this crippling new punishment. As well you should be. It's the most serious I could think of. Can you get more serious than that? No, you can't. Don't try. Still no effect. The problem is clearly the serious room. It isn't serious enough. That's on me, Stanley. I apologize. I'm going to the store to look through more tables. Hopefully I find one that conveys how wrong what you're doing is. Now, where did I put those notes?
Wait, is he coming back? Oh, no more commentary? Ah, bummer. I'm still convinced we can make this work. I did it once.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Okay, so maybe if I aim
Was it over?
right there.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
Well,
Unshackled himself from someone else's command.
I can walk, but
Freedom
it's
was
not where I
mere
thought I
moments
was.
away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries
Oh,
did
I
this
missed
strange
again.
building hold? But as
I think we're getting closer.
sunlight
Oh, what in the...
streamed into the chamber, he realized
Why through the floor?
none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the
Underneath it.
only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
And again.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
There we go.
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building...
What is this?
Sunlight streamed into the chamber. He realized none of this mattered to him.
But see, what's up with the skull? It's so weird. Is this the final resting ground of one of the Stanleys?
His goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Sorry, I didn't make much commentary through all that because it's so hard to talk over the narrator. And you saw a few other places as I warped nowhere near where I aimed. This is actually quite lovely. Oh, it ends. I'm not sure there's anything else off in the distance either. Maybe if I don't have too much to say about out here, but I wanted to explore further and I figured I'd bring you guys with. This is technically cheating to get out of bounds, but sometimes there's some interesting things hidden out here. Like the skull for one. Wow, we are way out here. Where are those supposed to be? Rocks? Take a look. Yeah, I think they're rocks. Concrete? Platforms? I don't know what it is. It's weird. Give it that. Not sure I've ever explored quite this far out here. I have seen the skull before, if you've seen my screenshots at all. Which still raises so many questions. Also, was the narrator the bad guy? Are we the bad guy? I mean, some of the endings I feel like we were. Like the one where we destroy his happiness. But on the other one, he killed everyone we know and blew us up, so I guess it's fair. Come on, let me move. There we are. I'm king of the hill now. What is this? It's like a muddy concrete backdrop. Weird. It's starting to feel like we're in the Truman Show. I probably won't use these, but... Oh, geez. Oh. That didn't kill us, surprisingly. Alright. Fly. Almost, actually. I can't touch the path or I'll trigger the story end. But if I Never mind, we just teleported out of bounds. I think I explored enough of this anyway. Alright, was there anything else I haven't shown you guys? I'm trying to remember. I know we did that one, and that one, and that one, and As you notice, I tried to open the door and I teleported, which... Ooh, it's a horrible graphical effect. Well, I guess I haven't shown you this command yet. Okay, that's enough of that. That's too loud. I turned it down for you guys. Aha, I remembered one more ending. This one only appears when the corridor's a blue hallway, so let's reset a few times. Aha! We finally got it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
There
he had
it
simply
is.
missed a memo.
The secret ending. Also known as the whiteboard ending. Which encourages us to try this. Of course, if I would have spelled it right, it would have worked. Now every time I click, it barks. Which is actually very annoying. Okay, let me think. Is there anything else we're forgetting? While we wait. Alright, we've seen heaven, we've seen the whiteboard, we've seen serious room. I mean, we haven't bothered to do that. I guess we can show you this while we're at it. We've done everything else, so why not? It looks so weird.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Even the
decided to go to
plants are
meeting room.
replaced with
Perhaps
it.
he had
Oh,
simply
look at
missed a
that.
memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace.
What do the
of his
other windows
co-workers.
look like? Oh, they're all kind of just white open rooms. Weird. Still convinced Stanley walks by there, but I don't know how many times I'm willing to play to find out. Alright, let's try again.
Someone was following Stanley. He
What?
was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
What? That's alarming. I don't think I've heard the narrator say that one either. Yeesh. This one looks like a real room. Oh. That is not the button I meant to push. Let's see. Nope. There's no room there either. Woo, trippy. Since I made the comments that there's a secret Stanley, I'm gonna retry a whole bunch of times till you get to see it.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on,
Aha,
he
I
would
knew
never be
it!
alone
I knew I
ever
wasn't
again.
crazy. Yet. The problem is, you never know with this game. It makes you think you're going crazy. I gotta check. Where did he go? Alright, I want to see if I can do that one more time.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
2 hours later.
Okay, not really, but it felt like it,
Stanley
and I
decided to
definitely
go to
feel
the
crazy
meeting room
now.
to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. Now, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually... Let me double check. I don't understand.
So that narrator commentary actually came from somebody's mod where they fixed the escape pod ending. If you'd like to see me install it, be sure to let me know, and I'll come back with another probably small partial episode. Also, if I missed any secrets or endings or anything, be sure to let me know and I'll check those out too. Well, there we go. It looks like we beat the game. Thank you for joining me through this series. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.